let me activate this right here. Social stream. Okay, okay. Let me see. Gary.
Hey, what's happening?
Man, what's up, Gary? How you been?
I'm great, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm just right here. I was waiting for this video call to come through, man, and I'm glad you're
Yeah,
able to hit us up. How does the audio sound on
absolutely.
your end? Does it sound nice and clear?
Yes, it does.
All
Yes,
right,
it does.
let me raise up the volume a little bit higher. All right, all right. So, man, Gary, you know what?
Yeah.
I know they've been asking me. They recently made a comment. I had a comment from Jesse. I'm not sure which Jesse it was. I guess he was with you somewhere,
Yeah.
throughout the system. And then we had another
Yeah.
individual. He thought that you were already out of prison.
Yeah.
A few years back you got denied. You originally got granted, and then they ended up taking the date away.
Yes,
Um,
they
and
did.
then so right now you're currently waiting for a decision from the board of parole to let you know if they're gonna advance your board hearing, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I got the news on Monday. I got the news on Monday, and it's in review right now for early advancement. So God willing, it goes through, and if they do grant it, I'll be going back to board within 6 months.
Man, that's right. So when they advance you, Gary, how long does
Yeah.
it take for them to let you know? Will they let you know on Monday, or when would they let you know?
I'll probably find out sooner through the website. That's how I did last year as well. So my family and my partner, what I mean, so they'll find out sooner. I have them checking every Friday and every Monday.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, all
Yeah,
right.
and I'll find out first, and then maybe like a week after, the counselor will call me in his office and issue me a paper stating that I've been accepted for early advancement.
Okay, and then once they find you eligible for early advancement, how long is it before you actually get to go in front of the board?
6 months. 6 months.
6 months?
It could change. It could change if they have opening on the docket. They'll either bring me back maybe a month or two early, or they'll just keep it at 6 months.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Any
yeah.
good news? Like, or anything new changing right there where you're at?
Um, on this yard, but there's a lot of things being said that they might turn this yard into a 50-50 yard. I mean, that's up in the air, but I know changes are going to be happening on this yard. Changes are coming because it's due to the California closures, and I mean, the funding and all that stuff. Changes are happening to this yard. They're going to come, but like I talked to the counselor, and he goes, you know what, just let the guys know it's going to be for the better. The changes that are going to happen, it's going to be for the better. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm involved in still my classes, Monday through Thursday and Saturday. I'm busy with work and with groups, prison fellowships on the yard. I'm involved in TUMI. There's a lot of programs that are coming to this yard, whereas a couple of years ago when I first got here, there was really nothing. But that's understandable because we were just coming off COVID, so that was still up in the air. That put a kibosh on a lot of things in prison, especially programming wise with COVID. you know, yeah. But slowly but surely, it's coming back, bro, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
All right, all right. And then do you got any I know they got some new what is it um something on
What's
the
that?
ballot, for like
Oh
new
yeah.
laws. I forgot the name of
Oh,
it.
oh yeah. Proposition 6.
Okay.
Proposition 6. Yeah, so for those who are out there, man, I would really encourage you to go vote this year because there's a lot of things that are on the ballot that will affect prisoners. If you have family or loved ones, partners, husbands, sons, brothers, I mean, that are in prison, and it's not only for the men's prison as well, but it's also going to affect the women's population too. Proposition 6 is talking about eliminating the servitude clause in the Constitution, where it takes that little bit of a little slavery thing out. You know what I mean? Whereas your loved one has a choice now whether they want to work, whether they want to attend willingly their job, education, whatnot, without fear of reprisals. Because those one, because you know, it's like I tell people, it's like I mean, if you're sick, if you're not feeling well, if you want to stay home, it's very difficult for you to stay back from work, or it's very difficult to take a day off without fear of a 115, in which that will hurt your chances for board or getting out of prison. So I'm really hoping that that does pass, because I mean, that'll just change the landscape in prison. I mean, not only will it benefit us, but it'll benefit everybody in the long run, because I figure that if you give somebody the opportunity, the choice, like, what, I want to go to work, they're going to go to work more willingly, instead as, what, oh, I have to, now you're making me. When people have that mind frame, oh, you're making me do something I don't want to do, they tend to be like, what, screw you, I ain't doing it. So
Yeah.
you know so I'm hoping it does, because it's going to change the landscape in prison, definitely. And from everything that I'm used to, I I got 26 years in. I started my 27th year on September 26th, and I've seen a lot of changes in prison. I mean, slow changes, but they're happening, and they're for the better. They're better for the inmate population. They're better for everybody in here working, in prison. People, it's better. It's coming for the better, because it's like I was talking to my partner earlier in visit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I was saying, like, when I first came into prison, the whole mentality was, it's like us against them. That's how it was. You know what I mean? Blue against green, green against blue. That's what the mentality was. And so it was. We were. It was always conflict. Doesn't matter. What prison I went to. It was always conflict, because either they were against us, we were against them, and there was no communication. There was no common ground at all. But over the years, that's changed. What I mean? That's
Yeah.
changed, and it's great. I love that change. I've met a lot of great officers in prison. What I mean, who were just outstanding human beings. You know, that
Yeah.
allowed me to, that were my supervisors, or I had a communication with them in the building, working around them, and it's great. What I mean? Whereas before, that it wasn't even thought of to have that type of dialogue open up. So it's changing, and prison's changing for the better. And I mean, the mission statement that the Ron CDCR is awesome. I mean, building family bond, building, bringing self house, where it's giving you the choice. Like, if you want to get out of prison, then you got to take that choice into your hands and do the work to get out. It's amazing, bro. And I've seen a lot of change, not only in myself, but I've seen a lot of change in other people too. Like, okay, this is something different. This is new. This is exciting. Let's do it.
Hey Gary, I want to go ahead and drop some. I got some comments on here for you. We got
Yeah.
let me see. We got a comment here from Whitney, and she writes that they really test patience with the parole system.
Oh,
And then
absolutely.
I also got a question from Lisa Gamboa, and she wants to know what prison you're at.
Centinela.
And then
Centinela State Prison.
we also got a crazy grandma, and she puts good evening, James. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And then we also got Marlene, and we got Elias man. Marlene writes, hey, and then
Yeah.
Elias man writes, what up, Gary? Keep up the great work.
Absolutely. What's up, everybody? Hi. Hey, much love to everybody. Much respect. Thank you, my cousin, Iceman, Crazy Grandma. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Really, absolutely, I appreciate that. Oh, and back to the patience part. Oh yeah, I mean, you really gotta have patience. You know what I mean? Patience. You know what I mean? If you don't have it, prison will give it to you. Especially with the parole board, you gotta have patience. It's like I was talking to my partner today, and she was like, "Man, babe, like, you really got to have patience with these people." Absolutely. You got to have patience. You can't get upset, because that ain't going to change the fact. They're going to move at their own pace, and you just got to go with it. It's pointless to get upset, what I mean, to stop, what I mean, all that. So you just got to have patience and just keep on doing it one day at a time. I know that may sound like a cliche to some people, but really, in prison, you got to take it one day at a time. That's it. One day at a time, bro.
And we got some, I got some more messages right here in the chat, Gary. We got a
Yeah.
we got a comment from Joe Billings, and he writes Guvo brother from Carson City, California, also known as the Harbor area.
The Aria. Absolutely.
And then
Uh,
uh
much,
and then we also got another one from Faith Hope Love. Hello Gary, it's me, Lourdes, your girlfriend's best friend. That's right.
yeah.
Hold on, I gotta do one of these, Gary. Hold on. I gotta do one of these right here.
Shout out. That's a new, hey, that's a new addition right there. That's a new addition right
Yeah.
there. I like that. I like that. Hey, Lunas, how you doing? Yeah, I
That's
was just talking to her earlier. Thank you for tuning in, man. Much love. That's my Christian sister right there.
Yeah, hey, so we also let me see. Joe Billings puts keep your head up, keep your head on the swivel. Let me see, and
Mhm.
keep your nose in the Bible. Hey, Gary knows everything about
Absolutely.
the Bible. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And that's my walk, man. That's my walk. Sometimes my patience is tested, man. But I just gotta love on people, man. That's it. I love life. It's like I tell people, I may be in prison, but I'm free, brother. I am free. I am free. Whereas before, I was in prison, inside of prison. I'm in prison. Here I am. My physical body's in prison, but I also put my mental state and my emotional state in prison as well. But now, nah, brother, I'm free. I may be here, but I'm free, and I love it.
that's right, Gary. Let me see. I got some more comments right here. We got Roxanne is laughing, with the little blowhorn. Marlene is
Yeah,
also laughing. She's put a little fat, laughing emojis. Lourdes también. We got Chucky, he puts clean, and then Marlene put, "I sorry I didn't get the notice he was on." You know what? I was actually gonna send you a message, Marlene. That was my bad. I should have let you know from the gate that Gary
yeah,
was gonna be coming on. And then Liceman writes, "That's right." And then Marley writes, yes, amen. And then Roxanne writes, we walk in faith, we pray with faith. With faith.
absolutely, absolutely. It's hey, that's Roxine. That's my partner right there.
Oh,
That's my
that's
girl.
right. Oh, let me see. Let me give. Should I do another little?
Absolutely, absolutely. I told her I was coming on. She's like, "I'll be tuning in." All right, man. I love that woman, man. That woman is a blessing. Just like
That's
I was
right.
telling you earlier. I never thought that. I always, like I told her earlier, right? I knew that I would meet somebody like this, but I just never thought that I would meet her right now in prison. And I just thank the Lord above for blessing me with her. For bringing us together and building our union. And it's amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know what, and that's something that I do remember about when we initially started talking, back last year. You were telling me that
Yeah.
like you wanted to have a good woman by your side, and I told you like, man,
Yes.
hey, it's not too late. Once as long as you're breathing, the possibilities are
Yeah.
endless. And a year later, look at you.
Absolutely.
You got a good head on
Yeah.
your shoulders. You got a good woman by your side. I mean, what else do you want?
Exactly, exactly. You know what I mean? Like I'm loving life, man. I'm loving life. You know what I mean? It's just this right here. This is just temporary. This ain't permanent. Where I'm at. This ain't permanent. This is
Yeah.
temporary. And I will be out. I will be home. I will be, me present. And I'm looking forward to that day, bro. And when the doors open, I'm gonna be ready. So step through them and to succeed, brother. To
Hey, and I'm gonna
succeed.
be there. I'm gonna be there, Gary. I'll be with the
Absolutely.
1 man camera crew, and man, we're gonna be doing it right there. So Lourdes, hey, despensa en la tira, but we gotta interview Gary when he walks out them gates.
She's gonna be bumping you out the way. She's gonna be bumping you out the
Like, hey, we gotta go. It's time to go.
Yeah, she's gonna be
Yeah.
bumping you out the way, man.
Hey,
Oh man. Yeah.
Eliceman wrote on here. He says, "Send my saludos to Tito and Javier." Hey, is Tito Javier somewhere
Yeah.
around there? They want to make like a quick,
Um,
a little quick drive by.
Javier's in the cell.
Yeah.
Tito moved to another building, so he's not here
Oh,
no more.
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
he
okay.
moved to
Then,
another
pues ni
building.
modo then.
Yeah, but when I see him, I'll let him know. Man, I'll definitely let him know when I run into him, either today, not today, but tomorrow. I'll let him know.
For sure, for
Absolutely.
sure. So I know we're
Yeah.
a little bit short on time. If you could call back,
Yeah.
I got some funds. Luckily, shout out to Liceman. Last time I was on with Javier, he sent $30 to the Cash App. So really appreciate it,
Oh,
and I was
cool.
able to fund that account,
Absolutely.
and that's how I'm able to make these
Abs-
calls. So I highly appreciate and shout out to
Absolutely.
Liceman
Thank you.
for shooting
Yes,
that
shout out,
over.
bro. Exactly. Thank you, brother. Like I really do appreciate it for allowing us to do this, man. Serious, straight up.
Yep. Hey,
I'm gonna call you back.
brought to you by Liceman. All right. So these video calls are only 15 minutes, like these like the video visits, and yeah, once again, shout out to everybody that's watching. Highly appreciate it. Marlene wrote, "Oh no, Tito moved. Yeah, they moved them. They moved them somewhere else." And for those of you that are wondering why I got two cameras on the screen, is because one camera is from the video visit, and then the other camera, so you guys could see me right now. If not, if I wouldn't have that camera on, then you guys wouldn't be able to see me right now. So that's why I have. That's why I got two cameras on. And then if you're wondering why I keep on looking to my right, is because that's where all the messages pop up. So did you interview no, so you know what, I sent I think it was his niece and his daughter. I sent them messages last week. One of them replied to me the same day, but I didn't get back to her until a few days ago. I just told her to give me a call, and then the other one then hasn't responded to me, so nothing's happened on that yet. Still hoping, to make that connection. I don't know, with the women, it's I've been having a harder time, to make that connection and get somebody that'll come on for whatever reasons. I'm not sure, what it is, but hopefully, eventually we're able to make that connection, and then we could bring a woman's perspective on, their journey through the CDCR. Let me see here. All right, Gary's calling back, and let's do it. All right. Oh, I got 18 smackaroonies. Hey, gracias once again to Elias, man, for that. Hello, hello.
Right, we back.
Yep, 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 yep. All right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So, like anything else, going on over there? Do you go to college like everybody else, Gary, or
No, I don't.
no? Oh,
No.
okay.
No. I'm trying. Right now. I'm trying to get involved in vocation, auto mechanics. That's what I'm trying to get involved with. You know. But
Yeah,
I mean, I just been working as an ADA worker for going on 2 years now. Well, actually, like a year and a half. So before that, I was working in the kitchen as a cook. So I mean, right now, I'm trying to get involved in auto body. That way, I can get an override to stay here as well. But I'm thinking that I already submitted the paperwork this week, so I'm hoping it goes through next week, but we'll see. But
yeah,
either way, I believe the board's going to keep me here pending an override till I go to board. Because I'm hoping it goes through next week, but we'll see. But
yeah,
either way, I believe the board's going to keep me here pending an override till I go to board. Because so I'm hoping with that. But
yeah.
either way, I believe the board's going to keep me here pending an override till I go to board. Because so I'm hoping with that. Fingers crossed, brother.
Oh, so what?
You know.
You're supposed to be in a level two right now?
Yes, I've been level two since last year. I got level 2 points. I've been level two since last year. I got an override last year, and I thought I had an override this year with Toomey because I'm involved in Toomey. Well, Toomey is considered a college, right? Toomey. So I've been involved in that for about 5 months now. So I thought that was going to give me my override, but it didn't. It didn't because Toomey is so statewide now that it didn't give me my override. So I'm trying to get involved, not to get that override, but also it's like, hey, why not learn a trade while I'm at it? You know,
That's
why
right.
not learn a trade?
Have you ever been on a level two, Gary? Have you ever done dorm living?
Never, never. That was never even the realm of possibilities for me. I never even gave it any thought. You know, and now that it's here, I mean, it is kind of like fearful. It is kind of like whoa, because I never been in a dorm. I'm so used to the solitude in the cell with the cellie or by myself. You know, whereas a dorm living, everybody tells me it's just wild. You're not gonna like it. So but if it happens, it happens. It's like I tell my partner, I'm not gonna stress on it. I'm not gonna worry myself with anxiety. I'm just gonna, if it happens, it happens. If I have to go, I have to go. Hey, what I mean? I'll make the best of it. That's what prison's all about, is adapting. So if I have to adapt to this new situation, I'll adapt to it. I'll adapt to it, brother. You
Yeah.
know.
And then we got a comment here from we got a comment here from Marlene, and she writes, "Tell Javi he don't need the tape anymore since his face is fuller now, so he don't need to do the he don't need to do the the,
Oh
the,
yeah,
the prison facelift anymore."
yeah. He gained a lot of weight over this past month. I was like,
Yeah,
damn, Harvey, you gaining weight, dude. Yeah,
yeah,
good for him.
yeah.
Good
He's
for him.
he man he's handling those cinnamon buns.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Hey, hey,
And we
yeah.
got
So, but yeah, everything. What's up?
we got another comment from Faith, Hope, and Love, and she writes, "Let me see, we are trusting and believing in God that everything is gonna be in your favor."
Amen. Amen. Yeah, I stand on that. I stand on that. You know what I mean? Wholeheartedly, I stand on that. And it's just like, hey, what I mean? I'm ready. You know what I mean? I stand on that, but I want to continue to do what I do to present myself so when that time does come, I'm ready, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not just, you know what I mean? You know, I'm talking the talk and I'm walking the walk. You know, I'm ready. So when it's time to go, let's do this. Vámonos.
Nah, that's
Let's go
right.
home.
Suited
You
and
know,
booted.
let's go home.
Hey,
Exactly. Let's go home, brother.
let me ask you something. So I know you mentioned it, and a few other people mentioned it, and you just mentioned it a little while ago when we originally jumped on the call, and you were talking about that
Yes.
the yard getting switched over to a non-designated yard. And what
Yes.
does that exactly mean for somebody that's never been to prison or has a loved one that doesn't know how the inner workings of prison?
Okay, okay, so where we're at now, it's guys like me, you know, many other guys who said, you know what, we're just gonna change our lives and we're gonna leave the gang lifestyle. We're gonna do something better, you know, something more productive. So a lot of, like myself and a lot of guys included, you know, walked away from the gang life and came over here to this yard where there's it's like, you know what, okay, now the ball's in your court. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do with it? You know, so a lot of guys, you know, say, you know what, I'm gonna take this little power that I have back of my own choice and decisions, and I'm gonna do better by myself. Whereas you got the other side of the yard where it's a lot of, they call them active people, individuals, you know, I mean, criminals, gang members, whatever word you want to use, and who are still with this warped belief, you know, I mean, running with this gang mentality. So what a 50-50 yard is that they're going to combine us. They're going to bring those guys over here, or they're going to bring us to their yard. And you know, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You know, I have no enemies. Like, you know, I have no problem. I can program with anybody. But with those individuals coming over here with that mindset, they might say, you know what, we're going to cause harm to these individuals because I don't want to be on that yard, or I can't stay on that yard. So when they start to integrate us, you know, that's what tends to happen. But I talked to the counselor and he was like, you know, a lot of guys who are coming here, they're coming here by choice because they were choosing to go to a yard like that so they can program and go home as well. No, I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Absolutely, I'm all for that. You know, like, let's do it. So he was like, yeah, don't worry. A lot of guys have this misconception that we're just going to throw a bunch of people and just let violence occur. That's not happening. The counselor told me personally, like, listen, tell all the guys to calm down, relax. It's not happening like that. You know, but, you know, inmate Twitter, inmate Twitter, we call it inmate Twitter. You know, when
Yeah.
people start talking and spreading rumors, it starts to sow fear into a lot of people. You know, they think they're going to get harmed, they think they're going to get hurt. But you know, me technically, when I hear that, I just go to the source and I find out from a counselor or from an officer, like, what's going on. Tell me the truth, and they tend to tell me what's going on. You know, they don't need to sugarcoat nothing. So he told me this is what's going to happen. So it's that let everybody know these people who are coming, it's by choice. They're coming because they've been they've been staying out of trouble on the other side. They've been programming. They've been trying to go home. So they're coming over here to better their lives and have better their chances of going home. That's fine. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. You know. So that's what it is. See, they started this term a couple of years ago about designated and non-designated. So basically, a designated yard means an active yard, a troublesome yard. But a non-designated yard is called considered a program yard. Love the mask. Love the mask.
gotta
Love
keep her
it.
identity. I gotta keep her
Yeah,
identity here,
yeah.
hidden, Gary.
Hit it. Yeah. Right. You hit it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
man.
but that's what that means, you know. But it's like I'm all for it, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't, my mindset, you know, my beliefs and my thoughts don't work like that no more. Like, if you're still caught up, because I was caught up in the mess for many years,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I'm not gonna shun these individuals, shun these people who are still involved in it. Nah, man. Listen, there's opportunities for all of us to go home and to be with our families and be with our loved ones. I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter, you know, what side you're on, or what line you try to, you know, you draw in the sand. Nah, man. Like, the ultimate goal here is like, I don't wish this upon nobody. I don't. We should not be in prison. You know what I mean? And we should all be there with the people we love, with our kids, with our wives, with our partners, with our mothers, with our brothers and sisters, to support them, to live life with them. You know, to be out there and being a productive member of society. So I'm all for that. Now that's what I advocate for. So, but you know, hey, you guys want to come. You guys want to program and give yourself a better chance to get out of prison? By all means, please come. Let's program together. Let's do it. You know, like, I see, I see human being. You're a human being. You know, I mean, you're a brother in Christ. You know, that's the way I see people. I don't see, oh, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not gonna do that, because putting labels like that on us, on people, it's just gonna hinder our recovery. It's gonna hinder our chain. It's gonna put stumbling blocks in front of us. Nah, I don't never want to put a stumbling block in front of nobody. Come, program. Let's do it, man. Because I'm pretty sure that people listening, if they have loved ones in prison, they want their loved ones with them. They want them right there at the house, chilling, having dinner, enjoying the holidays that are coming up, man. We got Halloween, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got New Year. That's a place you want to be with your loved ones, man, celebrating. You know what I mean? As a unity, as a family, brother. So that's me. That's what I'm all for. Like, a lot of guys are like saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna stay here. I'm gonna leave." Why? Why? I'm staying. I'm gonna do everything in my power to stay. I have no problem with nobody. I have no enemies with anybody. I'm good. I just want to continue my program and be afforded the opportunity to go home. So it's like, come, program, let's do it. Like I tell people, prison is changing, and we have to change along with it. We have to adapt with it. That's a fact. Prison is changing. So you can fight it as long as you want, but in the end, it's going to be a losing battle. So we might as well just come together peacefully, do what we have to do to get out of prison, and don't come back.
And do you think people would voluntarily go over to a 50-50 yard? What do
I
you what?
hope so. I hope so, but my honest opinion, I think not. I think, I hope there's some people who have the courage to step out of the box and be like, you know what, man, my chances of going home are better if I volunteer and go to one of those yards. I hope they do. I hope they do. You know, I really hope so. But my honest opinion is probably going to be a lot of no's instead of a lot of yeses.
Yeah.
Because they're just, when you're caught up in that lifestyle and that warped belief system, that's what tends to happen. You know what I mean? Because I was caught up in it. I was caught up in it for over 20 years. You know what I mean? From the streets as a young child, being groomed in this lifestyle, and then coming to prison and just being reinforced. Running with whoever I ran with.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand the mind frame. I understand. I get it. What I mean? It wasn't until I stepped out of the box. So I said, you know what? Gary, what do you want? And my first answer was, I don't want this no more. I don't want to live like this anymore. I know there has to be something better to life than this. You know, so once I made that, it's like, okay, boom, a realm of possibilities opened up for me. I said, okay, from this point forward, I'm gonna do everything in my power to better myself. Better my lifestyle, better my faith, everything. Just to grow in a positive way. And I've had. Yes, I've had some setbacks along the way, but hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. The only thing I can do is try to be better today than what I was yesterday. And I do that every day, brother. I try to be better today than what I was yesterday. And it's difficult. It's difficult. This is probably one of the hardest things I've done in my life, but I can honestly say it's 100% worth it. It's 100% worth it.
Yeah, you know what? With that, how I just asked you, if you thought that they would volunteer, to
Mhm.
go there. Like my whole thought is, I'm thinking back to when they were shipping people out of state, and in the
Yeah.
beginning it was voluntarily or
Yeah.
voluntary,
Yeah.
and nobody signed up because I mean, who's trying to go, out of state?
Yeah.
You don't have any
Yep.
loved ones. You're not gonna get any visits. You got nothing coming your way.
Yep.
So then at the end, they ended up forcing people, to the lower level people, to go to, out of state. So that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Mhm.
I'm like, man, people defend, wanting to stay, on the main line. So,
Mhm.
for them just to sign off on it, I don't see it happening. But then again, I've never been to prison, so I'm not sure. That's my perspective on it, from the outside looking in. But
No, that's a possibility. That's a huge possibility. I thought of that as well. Where if nobody does volunteer, they might just start forcing people over here. I've thought of that. And if it happens, it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. What I mean? It's like because it's eventually it's going to happen. They did it with the level 1 yards, the 2 yards. Now they're doing it with the 3 yards, and eventually their plan is to make every prison yard in California a non-designated yard. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're gonna go where you're gonna go, and that's it. So it's happening. It's a slow process. It's happening, but yeah, I think eventually CDCR would just say, You go in here, start endorsing people to wherever there is, you know what I mean, whether voluntary or not. And if it does, it does. You know, you can't stop it. I mean, and CDCR, a lot of people want to be quick to blame CDCR, right? No, no. CDCR is just, they're doing what's best for prison, what's best for their overall agenda, right? It's us. It's us with this warped belief system that put these limitations or put this other stuff on it. And it's like, no, we can't blame CDCR. It's us for the way we carry on in prison, who we choose to associate with, the things we choose to do. So CDCR, they're just trying to make a better overall place for prisoners. You know, I mean, they're not thinking whether, okay, well, this side, that side, over here, over there. No, it's us who put these limitations on ourselves that kind of hinder doing time. You
Yeah.
know?
Let me read out some of these
Yeah.
messages right here that we got. We got one from Faith Hope Love. She writes, "Yes, amen." Lisa Gamboa writes, "Facts. You get one life." I also got one from Roxanne. Or hold on, it's Roxine or Roxanne.
Roxine.
Roxine. Okay, Roxine. Okay,
Roxine.
okay, okay.
Roxine.
All
Yeah.
right. So she writes, "I don't understand the point of. I don't understand the point." All right, then. Well, I'll go ahead and read that one off to him once he calls back. And all right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask him. I'm not. Yeah, Marlene, I don't have it on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and upload it onto YouTube. But my what I found is if I try to do a stream at the same time on YouTube and on and on TikTok at the same time, the image on the screen starts freezing up. So that's why we're not on. That's why we're not on YouTube. That's why we're on TikTok, and it's a little bit easier to run these on TikTok than on YouTube.
We're
Hello,
back.
hello. All right. So let me see. So Raxine wrote, I don't understand the point to them bringing them if they don't want to go. We also got a comment here from Marlene. She writes, "Praise God. We're all proud of him. No regrets." And then Roxine is asking, when is this supposed to start?
Um, they said sometime next year that it's going to start happening. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, if there's one thing I learned, CDCR drags their feet on a lot of new, things that are happening. But eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know, just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, yeah,
It's it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's really, it's gonna happen. It's like I tell people, it's gonna happen either way. You know, like
It,
in my case, like I have nothing to hide. You know what I mean? I have nothing. No. When I made the choice to come over, I made the choice to come over. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I didn't burn any bridges. I didn't do anything wrong. Like no, I just wanted. I just want to just. I don't want to be part of it no more. So I
yeah.
walked away. So like I have nothing to hide from. You know what I mean? Like I got no, me personally, I have nothing to worry about. I have nothing to worry about. And if they come my way and try to attack me, I'll just turn around and walk the other way or run the other way. I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm a peace. I'm catching me if you can. You know what I mean? I'm out. No, I'm not ashamed to say it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know
So
what? Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's your life. Something like that, getting being involved, something like that, it could set you back at least another 5 years.
exactly, exactly. So I know it's like I tell my Roxine, right, my partner, right? Like I I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. I'm not gonna jeopardize. You know what I mean? Getting out to you, getting out to the family, living our life together for none of this that's happening in prison. None, all this, that no, that don't mean that ain't substance to me. You know what I mean? That holds no meaning to me in my life. So I mean, you could do what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna turn around and run or walk the other way, or just not throw a single punch. You know what I mean? I will defend myself if I have to a point, because I don't, I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die in prison. But I will do everything I can not for that to happen. You know what I mean? Yes, because there's one thing I tell people. It's like you got to keep your head on a swivel in here. You have to. You know what I mean? Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too relaxed, because after all, this is still prison. So you just got to be constantly aware of your surroundings, what's happening, what's going on. That way you can make the better choice or decision for yourself when something does come your way.
That's right. That's right. And let me read off some of these other comments right here. Let me see. Marlene was asking me if why I didn't put it on YouTube, and I was telling her that that my computer can't handle doing two platforms at the same time, so I'm only on
Okay.
TikTok. But I am gonna I'll go ahead and download the video, and then I'll upload it on YouTube, so your people, your family members that don't have TikTok could see it. And then let me see. And then we have a comment from Vera, and she wrote, "Hello, my man just went to prison. He got sentenced to 6 years, but was in the county jail for almost 4 months."
Yeah.
And then let me see. We got Faith, Hope, Love, and she writes, "Don't know anyone that I don't know anyone that's coming for you.
Yeah.
Jesus, let me see. You see, you don't know anyone that's coming for you. All right. So you don't know anyone that's gonna come for you.
Yeah.
Is Jesus Gary when the time is ready?"
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's how I walk in. I'm not gonna spend my time in prison walking in fear. I'm definitely not gonna do that, brother. You know what I mean? Because I know my Lord and Savior. He has me. You know what I mean? He's gonna protect me. He's gonna guide me. He's gonna comfort me. That I stand on. I know that. I believe in that wholeheartedly with all my heart. You know. So I don't care who comes to the yard. I'm not gonna walk in fear. You know what I mean? I'm gonna treat the next man with respect, like the way I want to be treated. You know what I mean? That concept goes a long way in my book. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it goes a long way to a lot of people in here too. I'm gonna treat the next man the way I want to be treated, brother. And it's simple as that. And you know what? That's been working for me the past 26 years. You know what I mean? Treating the next man the way I want to be treated. I mean, that's a great concept in prison, and it goes a long way.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you're making your own decisions, and
Exactly.
hey, nobody's gonna stop you. As long as you stay on that righteous path.
Exactly. Stay the course. Stay the course. Because man, you ask anybody. I don't care what you're involved with, what side you're on. You ask anybody, do you want to go home? The ultimate, they're gonna say yes. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be in prison, brother. Nobody wants to be in prison. But it starts with us. You know what I mean? It starts with us. Like, okay, what are we doing to get out? What are we doing not to be in prison? That's the ultimate question. You know what I mean? Who you are? They gotta look at it like, who are you? You know what I mean? Where are you going, and what do you want? Like you got to ask yourself those questions. You got to take a look in the mirror and really ask yourself, like, who are you? You know what I mean? Because nobody belongs in prison. I don't. Nobody wants to be here. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that we put ourselves in here for the choices we made. Yes, that's unfortunate, and these are the consequences of that. Okay, but okay, does it mean you have to stay in here? Doesn't mean you got to stay in here for the rest of your life and die in prison. Now, okay, you made a bad choice. You made a bad decision. Okay, now make some good ones, make some right ones to get yourself out of prison. You know, simple as that.
I got two comments from you for you right here. I got one from Vera, and then she writes, "I pray for him to be protected by Jesus." And then we got one from Tushaisty 1217, and they write, God loves you, man." We also got a comment from Raymond Jones, and then what yards are still good over there?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. No, we should. That's what you shouldn't be worried about. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that. Because pretty soon that concept ain't even gonna exist no more in prison. It's not gonna exist. That's just the sad truth, brother. That's just the sad truth.
yeah,
And I don't fault CDCR for doing what they're doing. They're just trying to make prison a better place. They're trying to make prison a safer place. I get it. A lot of people ain't gonna be agreeing with what they're doing, but that's with everything in life. You're gonna have people who agree with it. You're gonna have people who don't agree with it. That's everything in life. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I agree with their mission statement, what they're trying to do. Absolutely, I'm all for that. You know,
yeah.
because I mean, what happened?
You know what? So what I was gonna say was, like the whole reason I started this was not to focus on the negativity on prison.
No.
The reason I started
Yeah.
this, and I'm just making this comment for people that are new that might have come across the feed and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
to show the transformation that these gentlemen that come on here I want to focus on that instead of the other things. There's other channels that focus on those type of things, and that isn't this type of party right here. I want to show like who they are. So yeah, if that's what
Oh,
you
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that because myself, I made a huge transformation. There's a lot of the guys who made a huge transformation who are on the positive tip, who are pushing forward right in the right way to hopefully people who are seeing this right, mothers, fathers. You know what I mean? Brothers who have young kids, who have family members in prison, who could just touch them with a positive message, man. Touch them in a positive way. Like, okay, if this guy could do it, you could do it as well. You know what I mean? You could do it as well. And I'm for that. Yeah, all that negativity, yeah. Nah. I don't. I don't. I really don't care too much for that. Because that's not who I am anymore. That's not part of my thinking process. It's not part of my belief process. It's like I love everybody, brother. Everybody. I love everybody. And I respect everybody. And that's just the way it is. I don't see color. I don't see none of that, brother. You know what I mean? I respect everybody. I love everybody.
That's right. Hey, is Silas still out there, or
Um,
did he go inside already?
he's over here talking at the table right now with the gentleman.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
All
he's here
right.
talking. Yeah. Hey, thank you for having me on tonight, bro. Too, I haven't been out in a while. I forgot how much fun it is. Seriously.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Somebody put a comment here. It said it took 26 years to think this way. How long did it take you to change your whole mentality before
I started in 2015. That's when I started. I started in 2015, and it was just a gradual process from then on out. From 2015 to the present, just gradual. Learning things, seeing things that at first I didn't see myself, but was pointed out to me, whether by family members of the parole board or even guys that I'm involved with self help. So it's been a gradual process. It's something that I can honestly say does not happen overnight. Because you change one thing about your thinking process, and then you still got like 1,000 more that are there. So it's just tacking those beliefs, manners, and habits just one at a time. Just working them out one at a time, one at a time. And it's a gradual process, and it's a difficult process. It's a hard process, but it's one that I think it's worth making.
I got a question from around here. Would you happen to know a guy Manos? Is there a guy Manos there where you're at?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, there is. He should be. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So to Shiesty 1217, he wrote, "Do you know my brother Manos? He's in Centinela."
yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
All right. All right.
yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's here. Yeah, absolutely.
Let
He's
me
doing
ask.
good. He's doing. Yeah.
Let me ask
What
you.
happened?
So what do you think planted the seed to change over that new page in your life?
My father's death in 2014. My father passing away and me not being able to be there. That's when the first seed was planted. Calling my family, calling my brother, and then just wishing that I was there. Because losing a parent in prison is tough, bro. Like, even though me and my father weren't close, he's still my father. Even though there's a lot of things that were never said between us. But he's still my father. So that right there, just losing a parent, because when you lose a parent in prison, you can't grieve properly. It's hard to grieve properly. It's hard to, actually, to be with your emotions, to grieve and to process it. It's difficult. So that's what planted the seed. And then a year later, just, it's like I went from losing my father to just like the only way that I thought that I knew how to process it was addiction, was being deep in my addiction. And so, waking up one morning, just hitting my rock bottom and starting questioning my existence, like, what am I doing here, bro? Like, there has to be more to Gary. There has to be more to life than this, you know? And yeah, bro, that's how it all started. I just in the one from there, I just started to making one change, one positive decision after another. Okay, I don't want to do this no more. What am I gonna do about it? I don't want to think like this no more. What am I gonna do about it? I don't want to believe in this anymore. What am I gonna do about it? I don't want to go by this moniker no more. What am I gonna do about it? So it's just one thing at a time, gradually, one thing at a time.
And for anybody that's watching this right now and they want to hear Gary's backstory or his journey, from his earliest memory as a child all the way to where he's at right now, you could check us out on YouTube at Collect Call From. If you go to the playlist, look up Gary, and he's down at the bottom because he's probably like either like the fourth or fifth person I had on here to share his journey with us, and we have many other journeys on there from different individuals that have shared their past with us and where they're currently at in their life. So it's a lot of
Absolutely.
they share a lot of really good information, perspective, and motivation and change. I know we're down to 55 seconds. I think we could still do one more,
Yeah.
right, Gary?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll
Yeah.
call back. He'll get another one in before it's lights out. We gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let
Thank
me
you again for everybody who's tuning in. Thank you.
Hell yeah, hey man, yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're here for them to
Yeah.
to spread awareness.
Absolutely.
You might have a family
Absolutely.
member, behind bars. You might have a son, a daughter, a husband,
Absolutely.
wife, Sancho. I don't know, but
Yeah.
there's hope.
You
There's
got
hope.
somebody.
Yeah.
Absolutely, there's hope. Absolutely, there's hope. There is. That's how. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Because I almost lost at one time. I thought I could never change. I thought this was never a possibility. But look at me, and I thank God each and every day for the people in my life and where I'm at in my life, brother. It's a blessing.
All right, Gary, call back. It's about to cut off right
I
now.
will.
I'll
I
be
will.
waiting. All right. All right. So those other comments right now, I'll go ahead and read them off right now. And I know you asked when is your release. So for somebody like Gary, like that, he has I'm not sure if it's 25 to life. Anytime when somebody has a sentence like that, they have to go in front of the parole board, and the parole board will determine whether they're suitable to go home or not. So it's pretty much up to the individual. If they're on the right path, they're taking classes and are participating in groups. That's going to determine whether they're going to go home. Also, having insight on the crimes they have committed, and things like that. Vera put, I went to jail for 4 days. I thank God for allowing me to come out. That's right. Yeah, man. I wouldn't want to do one day. I will pay for his parole. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be going to parole sometime next year. I think he's right now he had just mentioned that he's waiting to get an advancement on his hearing, and if everything goes well, so he should be going to the parole board sometime early next year. And if everything works out, then hopefully by next time this year he'll be walking out them gates, and there he is. Hello, hello.
All right, we're back.
All right, so let me see. Let me see. So we got a comment from Vera, and she writes, "I'm sorry for that. God is with you and him." And let me see. Elias man wrote great stories when we're talking about the your guys' journey
Yeah.
through your lives. Vera asked,
Abs-
when is your release? And I was explaining right now when we're waiting for the call to reconnect that
Yeah.
is pretty much up to the parole board to if you're found suitable or not, and then also
hmm
with the programs and the insight that you have and the answers that you give them when you go in front of them, they'll determine whether you'll be found suitable or not.
Exactly. 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 It's like I tell people, right? You just got to go in there and be honest and transparent. You know what I mean? Just that's it. Just go in there and have a conversation. That's it. It's like I went to board last year, and the commissioner was like, because I had the commissioner that found me suitable again last year. And he was like, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, "Yes, I remember you." I go, "Well, before we begin, commissioner, just let me start off by saying like, I kick myself in the ass every day for the decision I made. Every day it's a regrettable one." And he goes, all right, cool. I'm happy to hear that because I wasn't gonna come in here and just rip you a new one. But seeing you, hearing
Yeah.
you say that, and seeing your demeanor and the look on your face when you say it, I know you regret it. I know you regret it. So we're just gonna have a conversation, and we're gonna talk about whether you corrected that problem or not. And yeah, and we did, bro. We did. And it's just had a conversation. Just hey, this is what it was. This is what it is, and this is what it is now. And that's it, brother. And I haven't stopped. Yes, it was devastating when they took my date, but I haven't stopped, right? Because it's like at the end of the day, I can't blame nobody but myself. I gotta I can't be in denial, right? I gotta get out of denial,
Yeah.
stop trying to minimize, stop trying to blame other people, and say, okay, Gary, you knew what it was. You know what I mean? You knew what it was, dude. Even though you didn't do it, the actual crime yourself, you knew what was going down, and you went along with it, bro. You know what I mean? So you need to stop being in denial. You need to step up, take responsibility, hold yourself accountable, and correct what needs to be corrected. And that's what I've been doing, brother, these past couple of years. That's what I've been doing each and every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't allow myself to be like, oh, nah, brother, nah, because there ain't nobody to blame at the end of the day but myself. We're responsible for our choices and decisions. Nobody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we allow people into and influence them, okay, yeah, that happens. But at the end of the day, it's us who make them. So so that's just been doing it each and every day, brother.
That's right. That's right. We got a comment from Mario, and he writes, "My bro is in Centinela right now." And then
Yeah.
let me see. We got a comment from Vera, and she writes, "My man is near Bakersfield. I'm not allowed to visit him until I clear my record." Actually, Vera, that's not entirely true.
No.
You have to write a letter to the warden. You got to get a printout of your record, and you got to send that. You gotta make a copy of everything, your record, letter to the warden, and then also you gotta send that same information over to the visiting sergeant. You send them off at the same time, and then as long as you haven't been in trouble, I don't know if it's like a year or two, they should approve you to be able to visit him. There's a lot of misinformation when it comes to visiting loved ones in
Absolutely.
prison,
There is.
and I'll speak about that firsthand because I do have somewhat of a past, and I've been approved for to be able to visit. So I definitely know how that works, and maybe I should throw a little video together to put that information out there because a lot of
No,
times
absolutely.
people are misinformed when it comes to visitations and whatnot.
No, they are absolutely there is absolutely there is. There's a lot of things that people don't know because with CDCRs sometimes they're not forthcoming with the information. So it's things like this we got to find out on our own. We have to start making calls, start doing it, start reaching out to people, and the best way is right here. People who've done it, who've been through it, who had the experience. Just be like, okay, listen, that's not true. This is what's going down. So that's just I know that's cool right there. I like that.
Maybe yeah, I'll do it. I don't know, maybe tonight or tomorrow, but when I have some time, I'll make
Yeah.
sure I'll get that out, and I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from that information. Let me see here. We got a comment from Faith Hope Love. She writes, "Your denial was in God's plan because you being here, you met Rock
I know.
Roxine."
Hey, I mean, we talked about that plenty of times. Like, imagine if I would have got out then, we never would have met. Like this never would have happened. And it's like it's like I tell her, like I cannot see myself with you not in my life. I can't. I just can't picture that. You know what I mean? It's like meeting you, and us this past couple of months. It's like it's outstanding, brother. That's just one word I can put. It's outstanding. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I mean, it really is. So it is. God has a plan and purpose for everybody. Okay, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like even when I've been here, right? I just tell God, use me. Since I'm here, use me. And I have. I've been facilitating groups, talking to guys, having conversations, helping people out with the parole board, letting them know what needs to be done, what needs to be said. Just going, helping and preparing them. And if that's my calling, then hey, so be it. It's just like I was sharing with you earlier. Like I don't want to stop that in prison. I want to get out. A lot of guys want to get out and work with the youth, and that's awesome. That is great. But we can't forget about the guys who are getting out of prison, who are gonna need that resources to make a transition back into society, back into life. So I want to get out. I want to get involved with that. So when I make the transition, when I go through it myself, I want to be a resource for other guys to help them out so they can make a smooth transition and succeed out there, brother. We can't forget about the guys who are coming out of prison, who've been out a long time, or guys who are in trouble, who just need a hand, who just need with a hand up, man, who just need a chance. We can't forget about them. We got a lot of people working with the youth. There's a lot of people out there doing it, and I encourage you guys keep on doing it. Work with the youth, hands on, do what you need to do. But we can't forget about the guys who are coming out of prison. You know what I mean? Those they need a chance too, brother. They need a hey, I got you. Come on over here.
Yeah, yeah, because it's a whole new world out there. Especially
It's a
somebody
whole
like
new
you.
world, brother.
You're gonna come out 26 years later, and
Exactly.
you're gonna have to do a double take on all the stuff that's happening out here, and
Exactly. You know
the
what I
way
mean?
the life life has changed in the last 26 years.
No, absolutely. And I'm fortunate. I got a lot. I got a major support system out there, a huge, and I am grateful. From Waxine, Lourdes, my sister, Marlene, my family members, what I mean, all my cousins, what I mean, who are supporting me. Like I'm fortunate to have that. The sad truth is, there's a lot of people who don't have that. You know what I mean? Who are getting out to a brand new world, been down over 20 years and don't know how to operate in it, don't know the least about what's going on, what's what. So I want to be there. Like, you know what? Reach out to me, come on over. You know what I mean? I'll
Yeah,
help you make that smooth transition. I'll give you the resources. I'll lead you to the water, to the well where you can just go ahead, brother. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted. I figured, I feel like that's my calling. I know it deep down in my heart and my mind and my soul. So that's what I'm gonna do, brother. If I'm afforded the opportunity to hook up with people who already got their organizations going, their programs going, just let me mentor underneath you. You can teach me the ropes. Either I can help you run your organization, get on board, or we can just expand, and start something else because people are coming out of prison, whether people like to hear that or not. There's people who are coming out of prison, and they're gonna need help. They're gonna need resources, and we need to give them that help so they don't come back to prison, brother. So they don't go out there and make more victims. They don't commit more crimes. No, we gotta be there to assist them. That's just the cold hard truth, bro. That's the facts. And I want to be one of those resources to be there. Like, I got you, brother. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't want to see you making more victims. I don't want to see you leaving another path of destruction behind you. Nah, because everybody, we're gonna need help. We're gonna need assistance.
Hey Gary, let me ask you because I can answer this
Yeah,
question because obviously I've never been to prison. Gary, uh,
yeah,
can you visit someone while they're in the shoe?
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. When over 20 years ago, when I was in the shoe, I was getting visits in the shoe. Absolutely. It's only an hour visit. They're only an hour behind glass, but you can still get them.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, if they were behind glass.
Yeah,
So
behind glass for an hour.
okay, all right. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
it was Moneybug 85 that or Moonybug 85 that asked that question. So hopefully they're still
Yeah,
in here and
yeah, yeah.
they got that answer. Then we also got let me see. Vera writes God has a plan and we are proud. Oh, sorry, we are a purpose. Amen. Then also faith, hope, and love writes. I'm proud of you, Gary. We have ministry of carrying out here. And then let me see. Each Elias Man wrote each one teach one. Moneybug asked in the feds. Thank you. That this is state prison, so the feds
Yeah.
totally different. So
No,
scratch that
yeah, I
if
don't
your loved
know.
one's in prison. That
Yeah, the
but
feds.
you know what I know
Yeah.
somebody in the feds. I might be able to ask them too, so they could give me some information
Okay.
and I could
There you
try
go.
to put that information out.
There you go.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. And then you tick I talk. That's their screen name. They write. Everyone deserves a second chance.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I know. Absolutely. I believe in that. But I also believe you got to put yourself in the position to get that second chance. You know what I mean? It's not going to be given to you. Like I tell guys all the time, this might sound, like, because a lot of guys say, oh, you say that all the time, do the work. You have to do the work. A lot of guys want the results without doing the work. You know what I mean? I run into a lot of guys like that. Like everybody wants the results, but they don't want to do the work. You got to do the work. You have to. You know what I mean? You have to do the work to be afforded that second chance, brother. That's just facts.
Yeah, yeah. I got a comment here from Faith Hope Love, and she writes, "Please do my brother in the feds. Send me a message, and we could talk a little bit. I gotta ask a few questions because I don't want to put your brother in danger. there's a certain individuals that it wouldn't benefit them to come on a platform like this because it might turn up
Hmm.
all bad, and I'm not trying to put anybody in a bad
No,
predicament.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely. We're not trying to do that. Absolutely. We're not trying to harm anybody. We're just trying to put a positive message out there, man. So hopefully, whoever's listening, what I mean, man, they can help their loved one. What I mean, they can take what's being said here and share it with their loved one and with their family member. And I mean, that's all it is, right? Like we can't keep this hidden. This is something. This positivity, this light should be shared with the world, brother. Like this is what we're doing here. I mean, we're putting something positive out into the world. I mean, a positive existence, brother. You know, yeah, we're not here to try to hurt anybody.
And for anybody that's watching right now, there's about 50 people watching right now. If you guys have any questions for Gary, as long as they're respectful and in good taste, I'll be more than happy to answer. Ask him, and then he could go ahead and answer them. So this is gonna be the last video visit before it gets cut off. We got maybe, I
Yes.
don't know if it's like 5 or 7 minutes somewhere around
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
if you have any questions,
Yeah.
feel free to drop them in the comment. And like I said, I'll go ahead and ask him his your questions if you have any.
Yeah. Absolutely. Feel free. Anything's on your mind, ask away. I don't mind at all.
Hey Gary, what's going on over there? I hear a lot of everybody's it's kind of
Um.
loud over there right now.
You got the TV blaring. You got a couple of people walking by, talking to people in their cells. I mean, but for the most part, yeah, it's empty. There's nobody around. Everybody went inside. It's already 8:22. Day room shuts down. What at 8:30, 8:35. So everybody's winding down for the day already, going in.
At what time do they shut down day room in the
Eight
night?
thirty-five.
Oh, 8:35.
8:30, 8:35. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah,
And,
no later than 8:35.
and at what time do they cut the kiosks off? Because that's automatic, right? Like every day they shut off at a
Oh
certain time.
yes, right now your visit will end in 1 minute. That's your answer. All right, brother. Hey, thank you for having me on tonight, man. God bless you guys. Thank you for everybody listening. Much
I
love,
got a
much
question for
respect,
you,
man.
Gary. From you tick I talk. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you're free?
I can't say that over there. I can't say that over there. That's I'll keep that one private. I'll keep that one private.
I got a few more comments for you. I got faith, hope, and love. Good night, Gary. We got a comment from Iceman. It's Saturday night. Let's party, laughing out loud. Ruben
Yeah.
Hodges. When is he free? Laughing out loud from Marlene. You tick, I talk. I got you. J Rock. Hey Gary, I did 6 years and been out 6. I'm working every day to stay out. You
Amen.
got this, brother. P.
Amen.
Marlene writes PG, and then and she writes good night, cousin. MP. All right, all right. So yeah, I try to get all those messages out. If you're not following, I highly appreciate if you guys could do a follow. Help us get to that 20,000 mark. We've been doing pretty good. We're currently at 12,000 or yeah, over 12,000 subscribers. Um, and I'm always like either putting like doing video visit, phone calls, hearings, BPH hearings from other states. MPIA, I appreciate you, Marlene. You're a day one supporter. You've been supporting ever since Gary came on. So highly appreciate you. Let me see who else. We got Moon Boogie that just followed. I saw a few other ones, but the names went away, so I'm not able to shout them out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. I don't have anything else pending. I really appreciate you guys. And like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it lights out. And with that, me and my mustache are out. Rato y buenas noches. Faith, hope, love. Good night, James. Thank you for your lives. Highly appreciate it. I'll be back on. I won't do anything tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday morning, Monday through Friday next week. All right. You guys go ahead and have a good one.